Right, let's take you back to our top story and the subject of our discussion this evening, the Adani deal. So there was a paralysis at major airports in the country, including the Jomo Kenyatta International. And it ended after the Kenya Aviation Workers Union called it off following talks with Transport Cabinet Secretary Davis Chirchir, among other government officials, including KAWU's Francis Atwoli. Now, they were to give documents to KAWU, that is the union of the workers, and they will study these documents for the next 10 days. The operations, you now know that they were paralyzed for the better part of today following the strike over the planned lease of the airport services to an Indian firm. They call it Adani Holdings. Now, that strike that commenced at midnight yesterday saw major flights to and from the Jomo Kenyatta halted for hours, forcing thousands of passengers to be stranded and just to stay at the airport. Vera Mora was there and she now reports.
At the far end of the airport, the famous Terminal 1C, we come face to face with the reality of the effects of a day go slow at the airport. We meet Josephine, who is having packed lunch that her relatives brought after the news broke. She is tired, but has no more choices at the moment.
Nilikuwa hapa by 3 a.m. Juu ndege yangu ilikuwa ya 5:40, nilikuja mapema ndio nisiachwe. Kuulizia wa workers wakatuambia tungoje maybe inaweza delay for 2 hours.
Josephine is just one of the many who had made this airport their bedroom for more than 12 hours. Both adults and children have stayed here hoping that everything will go back to normalcy. As we make our way to Terminal 1B, I meet another passenger frustrated. Earlier, when she arrived at this airport, she received a message that the flight had been cancelled and she could return later. But even after making her way back to the airport, she is more worried because her fear now is not about leaving the country, but losing her job.
There are patients waiting for me to take care of them. What they are doing is not right. And the government have to settle this. Maybe I'll lose my job because I was supposed to go yesterday. Now today, it's all the same.
Nilifika hapa saa 10:45 a.m. na hadi sasa sijapokea wageni wangu, nimekuwa affected plus na wageni wangu.
A few hours later, on the boarding side of local flights, the domestic departure area, the door was opened. Everyone struggling to get to the other side, but still not sure if they will board the planes or they will be kept inside.
I'm just happy the door is open.
I've been here for the 12 o'clock flight, but it's not, well, at least it's moving now, but it's, we have to wait.
The agony of passengers explained the actual picture of the airport that handles thousands of passengers each day. After hours of engagement between KAWU officials, Transport CS David Chirchir, and other airport agencies, the strike was called off.
There was a bit of a lapse of communication in the way we've carried the public privately initiated investment by Adani in this airport.
Documents have been made available to us, most pertinent documents, as requested by the union. We undertake to go through them within 10 days.
The striking workers agreed on a back-to-work formula that, among other things, called for inclusion of 2 workers' representatives in all talks. Vera Mora, KTN News, Nairobi.
And of course, we now know that the strike was lifted, but the strike by the Kenya Aviation Workers Union came at a time the national carrier is turning